The movie starts with Lauren on call with her babysitter Tracy at the Hooters restaurant's bathroom. Lauren informed her that this blind date is nothing but a worse nightmare, so she has planned on making an emergency excuse and ditch him. Tracy is trying to handle Tyler, who is playing with a burning t-shirt, and Brendan, who is using the fire extinguisher on both the burning t-shirt and also on Tracy. After the call, Lauren returns to her date with Jim, who doesn't bother to look at her, instead only watched TV and also stole her beer when she was away. But he made eye contact with the hot waitresses who brought him heart-shaped cheese sticks and thanked them. Then, Lauren ate some hot sauce buffalo shrimp and spats it out as it was too hot for her. As she has no beer, she drank the French onion soup to soothe it off. Seeing this, Jim ditched Lauren with an emergency excuse, just the way how she initially planned. Lauren explained about how she was ditched on her date to her best friend Jen and how she wishes to have tried harder to make the marriage work instead of getting divorced. Then, she gets to know that Jen's relationship with Dick is elevating to the love phase. Jim and his buddy Doug works at Dick's sports goods selling company and has 3 daughters. The elder one, Hillary, is often identified as a guy because of her tomboy looks and also cause Jim calls her Larry. The second one, ESPN, named after Jim's favorite TV network, believes that she is able to talk to her deceased mom. The youngest, Lou, is a cute and wild kid. All 3 girls miss their mother in some or the other way, just like Jim. Lauren's older son Brendan has a perverted crush on their babysitter Tracy. While the younger one, Tyler, plays Little League baseball but often loses and throws tantrums due to his failures. Lauren's ex-husband Mark visits them every now and then but bails out when the boys expects him to spend more time with them with work reasons. The elder boy is protective of his mother, he's against the idea of his mom's dating other men. He gets pissed when going through his mom's email about Jim. Jim and Lauren met again at the store when Jim came to buy tampons for Hillary, and Lauren wants to buy a hot magazine for Brendan, which she tore when she saw the babysitter's face cut and taped to centerfold, to replace. They tried to help each other by exchanging their items to avoid embarrassment but ends up arguing again and left. As the store mix up their credit cards, Jim heads over to Lauren's place to get his card back. There, Jen arrives venting out her frustration about her breakup with Dick, who has 5 children and insisted on introducing her to them during their upcoming trip to Africa. To Jim's surprise, Dick turns out to be his boss. While Lauren persuades Jen to let her take up this trip, Jim calls his boss and asks him to sell this trip to him. With excitement, both Jim and Lauren declare their upcoming adventure to Africa with their children. Upon reaching Africa with their kids, both Jim and Lauren's reactions to encounter each other are far from joyful. Adding to the discomfort they already have, they are assigned to a romantic suite while their children have their separate rooms, further complicating the situation. The families are grouped for a blended family moon, joining the couples such as the very passionate Eddie and Ginger, along with Eddie's teenage son Jake, always ignores Ginger, who captures Hillary's interest. Leading their experience is Mfana, while they are often accompanied by the African entertainer Nickens and his band. The children starts off on an awkward note, with Brendan making a comment about his mom that catches everyone off guard, and with ESPN behaving as if her mom is present, leaving the others unsure of how to react. As time passes, they start to bond and gradually develop friendships with each other and with each other's parents. However, Jim unintentionally embarrasses her during a basketball game when Hillary is trying to impress Jake, leading her to run away in tears. Lou asks Lauren to take her to the restroom. There Lauren fixes Lou's face with makeup. Meanwhile, Jim decides to take Tyler for an ostrich riding experience. Lauren's shocked when she came back. Despite Jim being thrown off from the ostrich, Tyler expresses that it's the best day ever. Later, when Tyler suggests parasailing, Lauren volunteers to go first. She has a great time. Suddenly, the van pulling her runs out of gas. So, as per Jim's advice, she moved faster and keep running on, for an easier landing. Unfortunately, Jim gets knocked up by the parachute ends instead. Lauren decides to take Hillary to a salon for a makeover for dinner, hoping to impress Jake. Hillary walks into the dinner table looking stunning, drawing Jake's attention as intended. However, Jim is upset with Lauren's attempt to control his daughter's appearance, leading to a brief argument that causes everyone at the table to leave. Eventually, they calm down and reconcile. As time goes by, Jim and Lauren gradually grow closer to each other. They unintentionally end up together for a couple's massage session and have a delightful time together, while Eddie and Ginger engage in playful behavior. Later, Lou demands Lauren to help her to bed. Lauren agrees and lullabies her to sleep, along with ESPN and Hillary listening in. She then kisses them goodnight before leaving the room. Eventually, Jim also connects with Lauren's sons. He spends quality time with Tyler, coaching him on playing ball using a cricket bat with the assistance of Dale Stein. After a few tries, Tyler successfully hits the ball. Jim takes up boxing with Brendan, recognizing that the boy needs a way to let out his frustrations. Lauren dresses up in a stunning black dress for the final night of their trip. Jen bought, though it was actually stolen, that as Lauren admired the black dress earlier. Wearing that dress for the evening captivated everyone except Brendan. While the children are off enjoying themselves, Jim and Lauren share a romantic dinner together. A playful troop of monkeys provides entertainment for the couple, leading to a moment where they almost share a kiss. However, Jim hesitates and withdraws, unable to proceed further with the intimate gesture. After the disaster date, both families return. Lauren reflects on her longing to be with Jim. She then discovers that Jen is giving Dick a second chance and is now open to meeting his children. Despite living in Vancouver, Hillary is still in contact with Jake. Jim also realizes his feelings for Lauren and how much he misses her. While ESPN is still grieving her mother's passing and not ready to move on completely, she also wants her dad to hold on to Lauren. So, Jim rushes to Lauren's house with flowers only to see Mark opening the door, pretending to have reunited with Lauren. When Tyler saw Jim, he eagerly greets him and called him to play ball, but Jim sadly departs. Later, Mark tries to make advances toward Lauren with flowers that Jim bought for her, but she rejects him due to his repeated failures as a father. Next Saturday, Lauren and Brendan attend Tyler's game for support. Jen, Dick, and his children also joins the game. As expected, Mark didn't show up. Unexpectedly, Jim arrives with his daughters cheering and motivating Tyler to hit the ball. Unsure of his skills, Tyler manages to make it back to home base, making this team win the game. They all cheer and lift Tyler up in celebration. Jim then approaches Lauren. They openly admit their feelings for each other. Finally, they share a heartfelt kiss, bringing happiness not just to themselves but also to their children. As they kiss, once again Nickens and his band shows up in a hot air balloon over the field singing and dancing, making everyone dance with loads of love, joy, and excitement.